A matter of days after Malaysia Airlines' first Airbus A330neo entered commercial service, the airline was forced to ground the aircraft. The new plane is said to have, according to the airline, encountered technical issues stemming from the overall production quality of the plane in question and the delivery process. However, at the time, worse still, the technical issue was not seemingly one to be isolated, with the managing director confirming in a piece published in the New Straits Times that 3 separate problems had been identified. The technical issues also relate to what is described as poor quality from the factory and such work that has impacted the ability of Malaysia Airlines to deploy its new aircraft on service towards Melbourne. The issues centre around hydraulics and engine systems, where technical problems were found, this occurring just days after operating its first flight as MH149 down to the Australian city. New aircraft debuts are hugely important for airlines, and considering the complexities in taking delivery of planes nowadays because of bruised and beaten manufacturers alongside supply chains, you can imagine that when an airline actually gets its hands on said plane, it's truly a momentous occasion, and it would like to think that there would be no further hiccups. Unfortunately, Malaysia Airlines has seemingly become just the latest company to feel the brunt of quality issues impacting our broader industry, and they're certainly not happy about the circumstances that they are facing. Malaysia Airlines calls this experience embarrassing and directly holds OEMs, the original equipment manufacturers, responsible for such actions. While these things shouldn't be happening to any aircraft, it would be more understandable for an aging plane to begin incurring some problems as it got older and required heavier maintenance on each occasion than, say, a newer plane. However, much of Malaysia Airlines' frustrations are related to this not being an old aircraft. The A330neo it is taking delivery of is brand new and shouldn't be incurring factory-related quality slips on any front. Malaysia Airlines added that they wouldn't risk anything regarding safety, and that is exactly why they pulled the aircraft from service just before Christmas. They said they would also hold every party that caused this accountable. Not only does this cause frustration for the company internally, but it also doesn't reflect well on the brand. Being forced to pull an aircraft which is brand new after much fanfare from service a matter of days after it entered operations is hardly a good look. Reasoning aside, it takes a hit on the image of the esteemed carrier. Fleet data indicates that the sole A330-941 was the aircraft that was grounded. The aircraft, which has operated on several occasions already between Kuala Lumpur to Melbourne Airport, saw its 21st of December 2024 flight to the Australian city as flight MH149 cancelled, and this is when the grounding first occurred. I will say that since then the aircraft hasn't operated a flight and has been grounded at the airline's home, but as I'm currently recording this on Christmas Eve and don't necessarily intend to work on Christmas Day, this video will be going live after that. This plane could be back in the air, so I'm trying to word everything in a sense just to cover myself, but I hope you can appreciate that it is definitely a busy time, still trying to get some videos out, so please just bear with me. The plane has been grounded, but it may have returned to service at the time that you are watching this. What I really should say though is the plane entered scheduled passenger operations on the 19th of December, so 2 days later it was pulled, which is just really out of the ordinary. Fundamentally, the arrival of the A330neo has helped cement a crucial new era for a carrier that is focusing on efficiency and modernization efforts as it attempts to align itself with the new competition it is facing. The aircraft was first meant to be delivered actually several months ago. In October, Malaysia Airlines then said they wouldn't expect delivery to be met that month and were postponing the launch with the plane until November. However, in what has become pretty typical for our industry when attempting to see new planes delivered, it was then quickly clear that a November launch would also not be possible. All this occurred before it was seemingly confirmed by MAS that they would debut the plane to Melbourne just a week before Christmas. You could consider this acting as a very nice early Christmas present for the network. These delays obviously caused frustration. The frustration probably stems not just from the complications with the A330neo, and I'm not talking about the recent grounding, but more so the delayed delivery. But it's just because you've got to pair those A330neo complications with also Malaysia Airlines struggles in acquiring the 737 MAX also. It's a situation that for them is becoming a recipe for disaster that they're really trying to navigate through, but are certainly incurring challenges in doing so. I'd love to hear your take down below in the comments. It's not every day that we see a new plane delivered, seemingly 2 days after entering scheduled operations, it is grounded, so I would really love to hear your thoughts down below in the comments. Take care, be safe, and I will indeed see you next time for your next industry recap.
And we'll fly.